Hi, welcome. I'm Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, the premier executive resume writing company, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, we're going to talk about 4 lesser known reasons why you need your executive resume updated. So typically, most clients that come to me need a resume because either they're proactively starting a job search, maybe things didn't align where they're at with the succession planning in their current company, or they're just getting a little stale and bored and they want to explore what's going on in the market. So they're being proactive about getting their prep work, their paperwork done, their resume, their profile done. So this way, things are just proactively done and they can execute the job search on their terms. And I'd say the second most common reason why people hire us is unfortunately because they've already lost their job and they didn't have everything updated. So now they need to look and they need to do it quickly. And so they're hiring us to do their documents and train them on how to execute a job search. But, not everyone that comes to us is proactively doing a job search or reacting to the fact that they realize they lost their job. There's a few, and I'm going to list 4 reasons here today, but in this, frankly, there's even more than these 4, but I'm going to list some other lesser known reasons why individuals have come to us to write their executive resume. And it's just something I wanted you to keep in mind, because if any of these resonate with you, then it's an incentive for you to keep your documents updated, whether you hire somebody like us or you do it on your own. I just want you to be prepared. As you know, that is my why and my mantra, is that you are always prepared for whatever life throws your way. So 4 reasons why you need to keep your document updated. 4 lesser known reasons why you need to keep your executive resume updated are: first, with the current climate that we're in and a lot of new mergers and acquisitions and takeovers and companies merging, you might find yourself in the position where you need to interview for your current role to keep it. And we've had a number of clients over the years, not just during the last year, but over the last decade or so that we've been doing this, where people needed to interview for the current jobs that they're in order to keep it and be the surviving person for that role when there's an acquisition and there's now more than one individual in those titled roles that now need to compete against each other in order for someone to remain in it. So sometimes you need to compete for the role that you already have. The second reason why, lesser known reason why individuals use us or for their own purposes update their executive resume is, and this is an interesting one. I've had individuals come to me and say, I'm getting interviews. I haven't looked at my resume. I haven't looked at my LinkedIn profile, and I'm getting interviews, but it kind of hit me. I'm getting interviews. I'm getting calls without any real effort. But imagine if it was already done. Imagine if I looked better online. Imagine when they contacted me and I had an amazing resume that was purposely done and updated, and they didn't have to wait for it. And I imagine just how much better the offers or the approaches could be if I actually paid attention to this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Sometimes you got to proactively look the part to get the parts that you want. So it can be better if you put some effort into it. So I love that second reason that people come to us, that second lesser known reason people come to us. And that's just simply because they realize things could be better if they actually put some time and effort into their presence, their resume, and their online presence. The third lesser known reason that people come to us to update their executive resume is, again, kind of on that first level, that number 1 reason theme. In the spirit of merger and acquisitions, people know that they're getting a new boss. And the first thing they suspect that new boss is going to do is look up the profile of all of their new teammates that they're getting and or ask for their resume in order to have, a get to know you meeting and get to know the person's background on your team. And this way, they want to put forth the most impressive foot forward and have the best first impression possible with that new boss coming in. And so, and then again, going back to number one, if a new leader, even if it's not due to a merger and acquisition, you just simply have a new boss, that new boss may often have individuals from their current or prior employer bringing to their current employer. And, they want to look the part that they're the one to keep. And so you want to always have your resume ready and your LinkedIn profile updated so you look worthy of being retained. You look worthy and you look better than maybe who they may be bringing in, and you can supersede their, not only the credentials of possible competitors, but overcome the fact that they might be more comfortable with someone else. But if you have better credentials, and you know the organization where they've just arrived, now you supersede the looking qualified in the grouping of people that might be considered for that particular role. So again, you want to look good for the new boss that comes in. Again, whether it's due to a merger acquisition or a new boss is hired above you, you want to make sure you look the part when they look you up to see who they have on their team. And a fourth lesser known reason that you want to keep your executive resume updated is you didn't get the promotion internally that you wanted, and now you want to go seek it externally. So now you got to look the part. You should have looked the part all along, if you don't mind me being blunt with you. But you now need to look the part externally because you're not relying on your internal reputation. You're not relying on individuals knowing you internally that might carry you in certain conversations. If you're going to venture outside of your organization for a new role, you need to look the part externally so it appeals to those prospective employers. So those are 4 lesser known reasons why you want to keep your executive resume updated. And if you want some instructions on how to do so, I am doing a live free resume writing training, and you can register for it. The details are below in the description and in the comments, and feel free to register for that. And like I said, we're going to walk through before and after resumes. We're going to show you the different parts of a resume that need to be outlined and depicted on your document. So this way it looks modern, it looks clean, it's showcasing your achievements, you're addressing issues that downplay ageism in every way, shape, or form, because you're focusing on your achievements, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So if this video helped you, I'm going to ask you to like it. If you know of someone who needs to update their resume and you want them to register for the training that I just mentioned here at the end, or that they're just aware of these 4 scenarios, feel free to share it with them. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com or comment below. I do my best to read and reply to every email and every comment. And don't forget to subscribe to my Chameleon Resumes channel, so this way you do not miss next week's video. So thank you so much for joining me today, and make sure you get that executive resume updated and keep it updated, so this way you're always ready and always prepared. Have a great day.